pop your thing like this. All you ladies pop your thing like this. Like this, like this. All you ladies
KCRH
pop your thing
89.9
like
FM
this.
these days. That's
Like
Friday.
this. All you ladies pop your thing like this. Like this, like this.
KCRH 89.9 FM these days. Best Friday, Big Reed's back in the house, sitting with the homie Rossi. I just broke the chair in the middle of the interview. It was already broke, but I finished it off. It's all good. The homie is in here, chilling with us one time on the Midday Mix-Up crew, live and direct. Now, we talked about the whole process behind creating the song and stuff like that. We talked about all that. Now, what I want to know about is what you have coming up. Are you working on the album? Do you have the mixtape coming up? What's the next project?
I do have a project coming, and it is called Bad and Cruel Play.
Huh.
And what that is, and what that means, is the inspiration that was given to me, right, from the artists that had those projects. And I mean, like, for example, like Bad, that's from Michael.
Okay.
Cruel, which is Bobby Brown. Don't be cruel. And then Play is R. Kelly's 12 Play. So I just try to find a way to try to put it all together and stuff like that. And so that's pretty much what I came up with. So my project will be full of elements from that album, those albums, and and those artists and stuff like that. So and I mean, of course, it's going to be me, but you're definitely going to be able to tell my influences and the tribute to them through that project.
It's definitely dope when an artist can actually really explain to you why he or she picked the name of their project.
Yeah, and it has meaning to it.
It has actual meaning, because sometimes you get someone coming in here and be like, yeah, I got the white project about to drop. I'm like, why is it white? He's like, I like the color. I'm like, oh. You know what I mean? I'm saying, it's really a good thing when you actually have an idea of why you're putting it together using different artists. So like, within those three different projects, are you gonna do music similar to those type of projects that were put out back in the day?
There's a couple of things on there where you can be like, I can definitely see where he got. I mean, I can definitely see where he got this, where he got this from. So, I mean, there's a couple.
That sounds like a classic though. If you compare it, with them three, because those three right there. I mean, Michael Jackson, Bad,
right,
number one. Then Bobby Brown with the Cruel. So that's gonna be definitely something they're gonna have to go and check out for real.
Let the people decide that.
Exactly.
One.
Now you can be cocky a little bit. Just tell them. It's dope.
I'm gonna do better than Michael Jackson. Bad. You don't want to say that.
Not better than Mike. I didn't say better than Mike, but he's just gonna make a classic.
It's kind of hard.
Like, well, I mean, I don't know. Man. I don't talk like that.
Exactly.
I just let the people just
do it for you.
I'm giving it everything that I got.
Yeah.
Now, earlier before we actually came on to do the interview, you were talking about some shows that you did recently and some stuff that you actually have coming up. Would you like to share that with the people?
Well, I just opened up for Lloyd at the Mezzanine, and that was my biggest show yet to date. The biggest crowd that I performed in front of. It was I performed with a live band, background singers and stuff like that as well. So shout out to everybody involved. And that was awesome and stuff. The preparation going into that week was probably the most hellacious that I've ever had to endure or what have you. But everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad it happened the way that it did, because the show turned out great, and some more opportunities are developing, from that situation.
That's dope.
And I do have a show coming up on the 17th, and that is with I'll be performing alongside London and 1OAK at the Lucas Lounge in Oakland. And those guys are guys who I looked up to, at first when I first started, first started coming up. So for me to perform like along with them, be on the same bill as them, that's dope. I'm humbled.
Now, when you said hellacious experiences setting up. See the list. There goes the list right there. When you say hellacious experiences setting up the Lloyd show, can you give us an example of something without going into too much detail if you don't want to just really throw it out there? Like, because, some people that do listen to the show, they're aspiring artists. They're trying to, learn how to get stuff together. Maybe they can, sharpen up their skills listening to what experiences you possibly could have had.
Well, the first rehearsal, my drummer didn't even show up.
Oh.
So,
there goes the beat.
I'm not gonna pull any punches. And so, everything that I say is like I've said it to them before.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely.
But so my drummer didn't show up, And so I didn't know if he was going to be reliable or not, and he turned out to be the the star of the entire show.
Uh-oh.
So so what you call, so shout out to Tawan, man, that's a homie, bro. But that's the homie. But what you call it? Other than that, we didn't had troubles with just trying to book somewhere just to get to. Like we used to rehearse at we rehearsed at the Guitar Center in Emeryville.
Okay.
And it was things that happened within there, like where we thought that we booked something and then it turned around, we wasn't able to go, or I don't know, we ended up having to pay for 2 things and we ended up getting something for free, and so we just had to try to find other ways and other places to rehearse and stuff like that. And the rehearsals went to like 4 a.m. Like one was like a vocal rehearsal, and because we couldn't even get them all together, like just with the band and the background singer. So like one we had like a vocal rehearsal, then we had just one with the band and stuff like that. There was a time when we had to rehearse in the studio, but because we didn't have any mics, we had to go rehearse. Like we had to go into the booth, me and the background singers, and how I am right in front of this microphone, like we had to sing in front of the microphone so it could play out loud, so the band could be able to hear us over what they're playing. And so we just had to pretty much make lemonade out of lemons in that whole situation.
Definitely an experience.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely an experience. It was difficult, but it came together. Everything happens for a reason, and if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. All those cliche things.
And you also did say that some more extra things came out of that whole situation, so most likely to be doing even more bigger shows at a sooner date, sooner than later, because based on the response that I seen on Twitter after that this track dropped, yeah, it seems like Bay Area R&B is where it's at. John Hart got the #1 song in the country.
Shout out to John Hart, man. I'm really, really happy for him.
Definitely. So it's only a matter of time, bro.
Phone's gonna be ringing.
If it's
hey,
he's fit, then it's gonna happen.
KCRH 89.9 FM, KCRHradio.com. Tune in. Check out the live stream on KCRHradio.com. I'm over here trying to, waste time while I'm getting to this music.
Hey, while we're doing it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we should premiere the song.
We did just premiere the song.
We can play it again.
You want to do it again?
We should do it again.
Just do it again?
Just because we thugs.
All right, we're going to do it again.
We're gonna do
Here
it
we go.
again.
Like
Let's do
this,
it again.
featuring I'm Sue, Rossi,
Bang.
KCRHradio.com.
All you ladies pop your thing like this, like this, like this. All you ladies pop your thing like this, like this, like this.